I'll never forget the day a 69-year-old man, a retired auto mechanic, walked into my office. His eyes filled with worry, admitting, "Doc, I didn't know I was hurting myself." For years, he'd been doing what millions of men do in private, unaware it was quietly damaging his health. And he's not alone. I'm Dr. John Smith, a urologist with over 30 years of experience helping older men protect their vitality, recover their sexual function, and maintain their quality of life after retirement. I'm here to share a truth most doctors don't talk about. After 60, masturbation can turn harmful if you don't change how you do it. This habit, which you might think is safe and natural, could be silently hurting your prostate, weakening your erections, and draining your energy in ways you don't even notice. What worked in your 30s or 40s might now be causing harm if you don't adjust. In this video, I'll reveal the 4 most dangerous masturbation mistakes men over 60 make and how you can avoid them to protect your health. Stick with me until the end, because the 4th mistake is something even your doctor might not have warned you about, and it could completely change how you live. This conversation might be overdue, but it's never too late to make a change. If you're serious about staying strong, confident, and healthy after 60, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any health tips made just for you. If this topic hits home, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can better support you. Let's dive into the first mistake, one so common that many older men make it without realizing, and it's quietly changing their bodies in ways they never expected. Mistake 1, forcing an erection or rushing to climax. I've seen this too many times in my office. A guy like Frank, a 67-year-old retired warehouse worker, sitting across from me, his face full of frustration and a bit of shame. He said, "Doc, things used to work fine, but now I have to push so hard to feel anything." Frank didn't know he was making the first silent mistake, one that could harm his sexual health in ways that might not be reversible. When you hit your 60s, your body starts changing in subtle but important ways. Blood flow slows, nerve sensitivity shifts, and hormone fluctuations make your sexual response slower and more delicate. But a lot of men don't adjust. They try to masturbate like they did at 30 or 40, tight grip, fast movements, racing to orgasm. When it doesn't feel the same, they push even harder physically and emotionally. The truth is, this can do real damage. Forcing a climax when your body isn't ready can cause tiny tears in penile tissue, irritate your urethra, and put stress on your prostate, which gets more vulnerable with age. I've had patients deal with lingering groin pain, reduced sensitivity, or even chronic inflammation without ever linking it to how they masturbate. What makes this mistake so dangerous is how quiet it is. You don't bleed, you don't bruise, you just start feeling less arousal, less sensation, less confidence. And so you push harder over and over until your body can't keep up. That's when bigger problems show up, like erectile dysfunction, prostate swelling, or urinary issues that disrupt your sleep and independence. If this sounds familiar, know this: it's not your fault and you're not alone. Most men were never taught that after 60, sexual activity needs care, presence, and respect for your body's new rhythm. You're not doing it wrong, you just need to do it differently. Instead of forcing your body to respond, learn to listen to it. Try slow, gentle movements, focusing on sensation rather than just reaching climax. Spend 10-15 minutes in a quiet space, free from pressure, letting arousal build naturally. If this mistake's got you thinking, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. Now let's move to the second mistake, one that doesn't just affect your body, but changes how you truly connect. Mistake 2, relying completely on porn for stimulation. I still remember the look in George's eyes, a 66-year-old retired salesman, when I asked about his habits. He admitted, a bit embarrassed, "Doc, I don't feel anything anymore unless I'm watching something online." Even then, he said, it's not like it used to be. That quiet confession mixed with confusion and shame is something I've heard from so many older men. It points to a mistake that's often overlooked, but incredibly damaging at this age, relying entirely on porn to get aroused. After 60, your brain doesn't process stimulation the way it used to. High-speed, intense porn floods your brain with dopamine, the feel-good chemical, in a way real-life intimacy can't match. Over time, your nervous system adapts, becoming less responsive to normal stimuli. A 2020 study in the Journal of Sexual Psychology found that men over 60 who regularly watch porn had a 25% higher risk of erectile dysfunction due to this dependency. You start needing more extreme content, longer sessions, and before you know it, your natural ability to enjoy touch connection or arousal starts to fade. This isn't about morality, it's biology. Overusing porn at an older age quietly saps your sexual vitality. It rewires your brain's reward system, making it harder to respond to your partner, harder to find satisfaction in real touch, and harder to feel the closeness that true intimacy brings. George broke down in tears, saying he didn't feel like himself anymore. He missed the days when desire came naturally, when he could enjoy closeness without a screen. The saddest part, many men don't realize this private habit can have such a big impact on their relationship's confidence and overall well-being. But here's the good news, it's never too late to change. Your brain, even after 60, is amazingly adaptable. You can retrain it to respond to real-world connection by cutting back on screen time, leaning on memories, imagination, or even sensual books. Try going 30 days without porn. You'll be amazed at how much life comes back. If this mistake's hitting home, drop a 1 in the comments. Let's keep going to the third mistake, one that's quietly draining you in ways you might not even notice. Mistake 3. Masturbating too often for your body's energy. I remember Sam, a 71-year-old retired truck driver, sitting quietly in my office before asking, "Could I be doing it too much, doc?" He was constantly exhausted, irritable, and losing interest in things he loved, like fishing or taking walks, even though he thought daily masturbation was helping him relax. But when we dug deeper, we found something else. This habit was silently wearing him out. Many men carry the idea that ejaculation is always healthy, always a release. But after 60, your body plays by different rules, and masturbating too often can be a dangerous mistake. Your body recovers hormones more slowly, your nervous system needs more time to reset, and your energy becomes a precious resource. Masturbating too frequently, especially when you're already tired, bored, or stressed, doesn't calm you, it depletes you. The danger is how silently this mistake creeps in. You don't notice it after a few times, but over weeks or months, you might wake up groggy, your drive fades, your mood dips, and you blame it on age. In reality, your body's signaling it needs to conserve, not expend. I've seen patients like Sam think daily masturbation, sometimes multiple times a day, was keeping them vibrant. But it was lowering their testosterone, disrupting sleep, and stressing their prostate, leading to nighttime urination or discomfort. A 2022 study in the Journal of Urology found that men over 60 who masturbated excessively had a 20% higher risk of sleep disturbances compared to those who paced themselves. I'm not saying stop altogether. Some sexual activity is healthy at any age, but it needs to match your body's current rhythm where recovery might take days, not hours. The key is listening, not pushing. Try cutting back to once or twice a week, focusing on quality over quantity. Experiment with gentle stimulation without always aiming for climax to stay connected without draining yourself. Sam did this and found his energy returning, his mood lifting, and he started enjoying his fishing trips again. If this mistake's got you thinking, drop a 1 in the comments. Now let's move to the fourth mistake, one that targets a vulnerable part of your body you might not even suspect. Mistake 4, ignoring your prostate health during masturbation. I'll never forget Ray, 68-year-old retired mechanic, coming to my office with a vague complaint. He felt discomfort in his pelvic area and a weak urine stream after masturbating, but he couldn't quite pin it down. He said, "Doc, I just thought it was part of getting older." At first, he didn't connect it to his habits, and that's exactly what makes this mistake so dangerous. It's quiet, familiar, and slowly wears down one of the most sensitive parts of your body, your prostate. After 60, your prostate gets more vulnerable, and how you masturbate can have a big impact on its health. Masturbating in an uncomfortable position, like slouching in a chair, or skipping urination after climax, can cause inflammation, leading to a heavy feeling, urgent urination, or a weak stream. A 2019 study in the Journal of Urology found that men who didn't urinate after ejaculation had a 20% higher risk of prostate inflammation compared to those who did. The danger isn't just occasional discomfort, it's the buildup over time leading to frequent nighttime bathroom trips, ongoing unease, or even chronic prostatitis. Most men don't link these symptoms to how they masturbate. They blame age, diet, or just assume it's normal for getting older. But you have more control than you think. Simple changes like urinating after climax to clear the urethra, choosing a comfortable position like lying down or standing, and masturbating gently can make a huge difference. I've seen men like Ray in their 70s regain their comfort just by paying more attention to their prostate. No drugs, no big changes, just awareness and a willingness to adapt. Protecting your prostate isn't just about avoiding disease, it's about keeping your comfort, confidence, and control in daily life. If this mistake's making you think, drop a 1 in the comments. Now let's wrap it all up, because knowing these mistakes is one thing, but learning how to rebuild your strength and satisfaction after 60 is where the real change starts. Conclusion: start again with care and self-respect. If you've made it this far, I want to speak to you man to man. You're not broken, you're not falling behind, and you're not alone. I'm Dr. John Smith, and in over 30 years working with men like you, I've learned that the changes you're feeling, slower responses, lower energy, quiet discomfort, aren't signs of weakness. They're signals from your body. We've been taught to ignore those signals, to keep doing things the way we always have. But these 4 mistakes: forcing an erection, relying on porn, masturbating too often, and neglecting your prostate, can quietly wear you down. But you can take back your strength with small changes. Slow down, cut back on screens, urinate after climax, and listen to your body. These mistakes don't have to define you. They can be turning points for better health, confidence, and connection. Don't wait for a crisis to act. Start today with small, mindful steps. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s rediscover their vitality, feel clearer, and reconnect with themselves just by paying attention. If this message speaks to you, leave a comment below and tell me which mistake hit home the most, or drop a 0 if you need more help. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss my next guide on boosting your erections and prostate health without pills or gimmicks. Share this video with a friend; it could change their life. You deserve health, confidence, and a new chapter that starts right now.